First thing we're going to do is identify our u because we have parentheses. Now, this is a little bit of a trick here because we do not know how to integrate sine times cosine. So I think a lot of times like what people would do is they would say, oh, let my u be equal to t squared, and then my du would be equal to 2t dt. And again, that follows from, okay, whatever's in parentheses, that's usually our u. But if we use this as our little key to convert in terms of u, this would become sine of u, cosine of u, because again, t squared is equal to u, t squared is equal to u, but you would still have this t and dt left over, which we could deal with. We could get our du by multiplying by 2 and then dividing by 2. So that would give us 2t dt, those would collapse down to give us du, and then we would have sine of u, cosine of u, integral 1/2. Now, the problem here is that we don't have a rule for sine of u times cosine of u, and we don't have a product rule for integrals. And so using u is equal to t squared fails us here. That's not going to be the appropriate u substitution. Now, remember that in the last question, I said that you usually want to pick sine or cosine so that they appear in a pair for your u and your du. And that is also going to hold true for this question 279. We are going to want to pick our u so that sine and cosine will appear in a pair for u and du. So it doesn't actually matter on this question which one you pick, but you want u to either be the sine of t squared, or you could have, if you wanted to, you could pick u equal to cosine squared, or cosine of t squared, and that would be fine as well. So picking u is equal to this or picking u is equal to this, it's going to work out just the same way. So again, it's not like there's one over the other. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on u is equal to the sine of t squared and think about what our simplifications would look like for that. Okay, but again, you could just as well go through u is equal to cosine of t squared. All right, so I'm going to pick u is equal to, and let me put a blank sheet of paper under here so we don't get distracted by all the other stuff. All right, so I'm going to pick u is equal to sine of t squared because I want to kind of see these guys as appearing in pairs. So my du, now here again, the t squared has parentheses around it. So to take this derivative, I am going to need the chain rule. So I'm going to take the derivative of the outer, so the derivative of sine is cosine, keep the inner fixed at t squared, and then multiply by the derivative of the inner. So the derivative of t squared is going to be 2t, and then we have our dt. All right, so this is our little key to life for converting this integral in terms of u. So I always kind of start off with just what happens when I plug in what u is equal to, and that is going to be sine of u, cosine of u. So using, oh, excuse me, not sine of u, cosine. I was thinking about the other one. So that is going to be, when I plug in this u, it's now going, let me just rewrite this so there's no confusion about what's happening here. Okay, so rewriting it, let's ignore the previous u substitution. We're going to use this u substitution. And so we are going to have u is defined as sine of t squared. So that is going to be our u. And then that will leave us with t cosine t squared and dt all to convert from the du. All right, so if you look at the du here, you have the cosine t squared. You do not have the 2, so you would multiply in by a 2. Of course, that changes the integral, so you would divide by the 2. You have the t, and you have the dt. So all of this is going to collapse down to our du. We'll still have the u, and then the integral 1/2. I do want to just make a big point about this. This u is not raised to the second power because u was defined as sine of t squared. So that square power is all part of the u definition. So it really is just u to the first power there. Okay? All right, so now that our integral is all in terms of u, we integrate, we add 1 to the exponent, divide by the new exponent, and the 1/2 tags along, and then we add a plus c. All right, so multiplying straight across here, you get u squared over 4 plus c. Now again, you can't just leave it in terms of u. We have to go back to our definition of u, which was sine of t squared. That was the definition that worked for us, and plug that in. So we have sine of t squared, quantity raised to the second power, over 4 plus c. So again, this u is getting plugged in for the definition of sine of t squared. Now, you can leave it like this, or if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can keep those parentheses around the argument for the entire problem.